Hi folks, my good old friend Richard at HobbyKing invited me to review these all-new BoltX HV packs. My first impression was like, not HV packs again. Here's why. I do FPV drone racing. Power is top priority from flight packs. And good power to weight ratio is next. At 6S, our under 500 gram drones pull over 100 m easy and often drains 80% charge in less than, say, 1.5 minutes. Race drones need power to make tight turns. The more amps the flight pack can provide, the tighter turns the drones can make. It's really demanding on flight packs. We normally avoid HV lipos for racing because they often have higher internal resistance, likely because they need to withstand high voltage without self-destruct. High IRs means when the pack draws high current, it gets more heat and more voltage drop. And IR is inversely proportional to flight pack size. With everything else the same, a 2000 milliamp hour pack should have half the internal resistance of a 1000 milliamp hour pack. Imagine having two packs running parallel together. Of course, the internal resistance is half of it. And then on a for an HV pack, when you charge it from 4.2 volt to 4.35 volt, it adds about 10% capacity. For example, if you charge a 1300 milliamp hour HV pack from 4.2 volt to 4.35 volt, it adds about 130 amp hour. So in other words, a 1300 milliamp hour HV pack is really has a internal resistance characteristic of a 1200 milliamp hour pack. So as you can imagine, a 13 milliamp hour HV pack naturally has higher internal resistance of a 1300 milliamp hour non-HV pack. So that's why we normally avoid, or at least for me, I normally avoid HV packs for racing. That said, I'm quite impressed with the IRs on these BoltX 1300 milliamp hour packs. They're no more than 30% higher than typical race packs for the same MAH. Yes, 30% is a lot, but in the past I see HV packs have much higher IRs than that. So I'm quite impressed with these ones. So what's good about HV packs is energy density. Because you can charge it to high voltage, it adds more capacity without added weights or size. This BoltX 6S 1300 milliamp hour packs weighs just under 200 grams. So I calculated it's about 0.154 gram per milliamp hour, while most flight packs we use for racing are more than 0.16. So this is like 10% lighter than what I usually use. For a 200 gram battery, a 20 gram reduction in all up weight makes a big difference in a 5-inch drone. So here's the question. Will the 20 gram lighter BoltX be able to make up for the higher IRs? I found out after a few races the last few weeks. The answer is not that black and white. The BoltX packs are brand new. My usual race packs are not. So my heaviest race packs have about 10 flights each since end of last outdoor season. You know, time and crashes degrade flight packs. So it's not really apple-to-apple comparison. While the BoltX packs did get warmer than my usual race packs, they actually held their own much better than I expected. I actually turned my best consecutive 3 lap times in the last MotoGP Spring GQ track with these BoltX packs. That is not to say the BoltX pack is better than my race pack. With my crappy flying, a lighter setup helped me recover from late correction better. So that's probably the main reason why I turned better lap times with these than my usual race packs. Aside from power and power to weight ratio, flight pack also needs to be physically robust, as it's most often the first thing that touches down on landing. In FPV drone racing, crashes are very often, and if a flight pack can't stand a few of them before some cells get degraded or destroyed, even the most powerful flight pack won't do much. I've put perhaps 20 flights on these BoltX 1300 milliamp hour packs and have crashed them a few times. So far, they're still holding up well. Um, I don't see like higher IRs from after crashes like I do see on some other race packs. So it for just like 20 flights or so, it's not really like a long-term test, but so far I'm really impressed with these packs. They definitely exceed my expectations on HP packs for racing. I've also tested the other packs I received. This one is 6 cell 1800 milliamp hour. The reason I tried this for my 5-inch racing drone is because they weighed about 240 grams, which is similar to what a normal say 1550 that I also use for racing. But turns out this stick pack, like longer, not flat pack, has relatively high IRs than the more square pack. So I like racing this one than this one. This one performance not as good as this, but that's not to say that they are not good. It's just not the best for my 5-inch drone racing. I've also received these 3-cell 550 packs. They are the right form factor and size for 3-inch tiny trainer that we use for indoor micro racing. I haven't done like racing with them. I just do simple fly with them, and they feel good because it's not indoor racing season, so I don't have races for them to really push the performance. They feel good, but that's about it. I have no solid data for them. And I also get this 300 milliamp hour 1 cell. I was going to use it for my whoop, but it turns out it's not like a stick pad. It's not the right form factor for tiny whoop, so I don't have much data about it either. But so far, overall, I really like the BoltX packs. It's mm, performed much better than I expected they would. So if you use them for anything other than drone racing, which will most likely be less demanding on performance but more beneficial for a light and small pack, I think these BoltX would fit your builds much better than the regular non-HV packs. I'm pretty impressed with these packs. That's all. Thank you for watching.